All right, hello everyone. This is me, Josh. Welcome to the seventh episode of Creating Your End-to-End Crypto Forecaster. So, as mentioned sa last episode, this episode will be a short one. May idadagdag lang tayo doon sa ating Docker Compose file. So, until now, nasa Docker Compose file pa rin tayo, no? So, um, but don't you worry, guys, because this may look super complex, but well, it is complex. So, ayun, pero you just have to be familiar with what to change and understand yung sequence and yung flow niya. Alright? So, if you're quite confused dun sa mga naging discussions natin the past several episodes, feel free to review and rewatch ulit. Ayun, and feel free to ask questions sa aking channel. Alright, so now, as mentioned, we will just add one single component here in our um, Docker Compose file, specifically dito sa Postgre database natin. Alright? What I want is that every time that I am, uh, every time that a developer is replicating this project, um, automatic na mag-create yung mga tables sa kakailanganin natin, yung user, um, and those stuff, right? So ngayon, how do we do that? So let me open this script, alright? So meron akong naka-ready na SQL, alright? So this SQL creates a user called ETL underscore user at naglalagay tayo ng password sa kanya, right? I am assigning that user with a super user access, meaning admin privileges siya. So pwede mag-create, delete, and all those stuff, right? I'm also creating the CoinGecko API database kasi dito natin ilagay lahat ng mga data na makokollect natin from CoinGecko. Of course, you cannot just enter data sa ating Airflow database or even dun sa Postgre database natin. So we want to separate um, the database based on kung saan sila ginagamit. So we will switch to that database at i-create natin tong table na to. So if you can recall from CoinGecko discussion natin, meron tayong coins list, which is the list of all available coins in CoinGecko. At yung market chart naman yung gagamitin natin to collect all of the um, data prices from each coin na makakolekta natin. Alright? So this is what we want to execute upon initialization of our Docker Compose file. So how do we do that? Alright? So there is just a single line na gusto nating ilagay. So, eto siya. Copy ko lang to at ilalagay ko siya dito. Actually, this is just a volume. Alright? So, I think okay lang kahit walang ganyan. So, this volume is assigning this file, right? Which is ngayon wala pa naman dito. Pero we are assigning that file as a parameter doon sa initdb.d ni, um, ni Postgre. So this particular command will trigger the execution of this file. All right. So let me create this SQL um, folder at gagawa tayo ng init.sql at kakopy ko lang to. Ayan. All right. So there. Ngayon, when I run this service or this Docker Compose file, what's gonna happen is iti-trigger niya yung creation ng tables natin. Ng user, pati ng table. Ng database, pati ng mga tables. Right? And that will only happen once. So, let's try stopping all of the services. So, to do that, just simply run docker compose down. At hindi ko pa pala na-mention na if you're running docker compose commands, make sure na nandoon kayo sa folder kung nasaan yung docker compose file ninyo. And be careful na meron lang dapat kayong iisang Docker Compose file dyan. Alright? I have two Docker Compose file dito, pero isa, iba yung file name, which is yung old version ng Docker Compose file natin, without the Airflow services. So yeah, make sure that you are on the same directory as kung saan yung Docker Compose file nyo before running that. Alright? And make sure na Docker Compose file talaga yung file name niya. So let me run that back. So up -d. Okay, this should not take a while. Or I'm not sure actually. Okay, so nakita natin si Postgre healthy na siya. Ibig sabihin, wala naging problema sa nilagay nating line. Right? Mamaya papakita ko sa inyo kung paano tignan yung logs ng bawat container na to. There you go. So Docker PS. Alright, so we have 6 services running, which is what we are expecting, right? So ngayon, I can do log, okay? So Docker PS, kakopy ko lang si Postgres, ayan. So Docker compose log, and yung pangalan ng container natin. Mali yata ginawa ko. Okay, mali nga. Dapat logs. Sorry. Walang service na PostgreSDB daw. PostgreSDB. Try nga natin to. Or try natin i-help kung ano ba dapat nilalagay dito. Containers. Okay, tama naman. Service daw. Pero dapat container din yun. So, Docker. Ulitin natin. Compose. Logs. Postgres. I think container name. A service name pala to. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Okay, so bakit konti lang siya? Okay. So as we can see here, Postgres database directory appears to contain a database but skipping initialization. So meaning, since napatakbo na natin yung Postgres database natin once or initialize natin siya before, hindi na siya pwedeng gumana. Okay? So what's gonna happen here is I will need to recreate this service. Alright? Pwede ko ba siyang okay, so let's just try to build things from scratch. Okay, so Docker stop, Docker PS, yan. Actually, hindi naman siguro kailangan from scratch. So let's try first to delete yung mga volumes. Yan. Docker volumes prune. Sorry, should be volume lang. Yes natin siya. Ayaw din. Sige. Okay, let's just try deleting first the volumes. I think it should be fine. Containers, may tumatakbo pa ba? Okay, so volumes, delete, forever, ayan. So, i-recreate na lang natin para masaya. Okay, so that's not a good practice actually, but I'm not sure if may way ba tayo to recreate one single service dun sa ano. I think there should be, pero i-recreate na lang natin siya from scratch. Ayan. Okay, Docker compose up hyphen d. So habang nag-start siya, let's try googling that. Okay. So Docker rebuild initialization Postgre. Ito. Okay. So kailangan mo talaga siyang i-delete talaga. Okay. So tama yung ginawa natin. Okay, so dinamay ko na lang din lahat kasi um, may mga dependencies si Airflow dun kay Docker. So sama-sama na sila. Okay. Alright, cool. So it's actually a good exercise na um, gumagawa tayo ng mga ganito para at least alam natin yung mga nagkakamali at mga nade-destroy natin mga bagay-bagay at kaya natin siyang i-restore. That's the important part. Okay, cool. So, already good. Okay, so tingnan ulit natin si um, teka, saan ba? Ay, ba't pgadmin to? Okay pala, tama. So ngayon, tingnan natin yung logs natin. So docker logs container compose rather. Shucks. Oops, sorry. Ayan. So I think okay na siya. Alright, so let's look at our logs. So it's important that we also familiarize ourselves on how to read a log. Ayan. So, hindi naman lahat. Pero may mga keywords lang tayong hanapin. So, for example, dito. Ayan. Ay, di yan. So, ito, yan. So, nakikita natin dito na upon initialization, nakita na yung file na inassign natin. Right? So, this is the same command that we just added right here. Okay? So, ngayon, the role has been created, which is the same user na create natin via SQL. And bagong database, grant. Tapos, you are now connected to database CoinGecko underscore API. Okay, bakit as user Airflow? Pero okay lang yan. Create table. So, successfully na-create natin yung dalawang table na in-expect nating ma-create. So, ngayon, let's try to view those tables. Okay? Localhost 8081. Ayan. Tapos, i-register natin si ito, PostgreDB. Tapos, let's try using ETL user. Ayan. Tapos, yung password natin is password. Save password natin because what's gonna happen later on is since naka-volume tayo kay Postgre, ay kay pgadmin, masasave natin tong credentials. Alright? So, save. Alright, naka-access ako sa database, which is good. Now, if I expand this, how many databases do we have? Okay, so now we have 3. One for Airflow, one for the default Postgre database, and one for CoinGecko API. So that's what we are intending to do. Alright, tapos schemas, tapos table tayo. Alright, meron na tayong coins list dito and the market chart. So that's actually what we want to happen. Alright. Of course, wala pang laman itong tables na to. Query tool, select star from coins list. So, wala pa siyang laman. Kasi lalagyan pa natin yung laman. So, more on that in the next episode. So, yeah, that's just it for this episode. So, I hope that you learned how to initialize an SQL script kay Postgre via Docker. So, yeah. In the next episode, we will get our hands dirty na because we will build or we will start to build our data pipeline. So this data pipeline will pull data from CoinGecko, load that to the database. So as simple as that. So see you in the next episode.